Hey everyone, welcome back to SimRig building with me, except really late. Apologies for that. You'll probably hear the reason in the background. She came a little bit earlier than expected and basically screwed up any hope I had of finishing this before she was born, which was the idea, but then that didn't happen, and now, I don't know. There's like a million things in the background, but you'll notice some new things. I have a mic, so I can actually talk instead of having to do a voiceover. This will hopefully be easier with editing, but let me know if you like the other style better. The SimRig as it sits is pretty much exactly the same as you saw it last, except I did buy some stuff. I've been making some YouTube shorts about this, but we have a shifter. I actually bought this used, so hopefully it works. I have not tested it. I bought it like months ago at this point. I got some wood just pre-cut already so we can mount this shifter to the actual SimRig. I kind of just need to sit it in the right location, something like this. Just got to move the box out of the way, and then the shifter itself will be here-ish, and I think that'll be good. We kind of just want it in close proximity to the handle so I can kind of go and grab it when necessary. Also, oh my goodness, big thanks to Pixio again. Apologies to them because I said I would have this done like 3 months ago. I was like, oh yeah, part 2's coming soon, don't worry about it. And part 1 has done well viewership wise, and the shorts have done well too. But they sent me a monitor mount, so the monitor doesn't have to sit on this platform anymore. It can be differently mounted, and in this case this is like a VESA mount, like a proper mount. So it's quite heavy. We will use this, and I'm going to get that set up today to make the monitor not have to sit here. The biggest issue with that, as you can probably tell, is if the wheel shakes, the monitor shakes too, and if I get real violent with it, it shakes the screen. So we're going to get these two things separated. Other than that, we're going to fix the PC to make sure that it works, and on this video I'm going to drive on the SimRig, and you're going to see that happen. So let's go, let's get to work. Okay, so I made an L bracket, literally just this, some deck screws, some scrap wood. I gotta be careful with this, flailing around a little bit too much here. And now the trick is we have to find the right location for it on here. Okay, there we go. Now you get to look at my legs, but shifter here, I think the height of this is going to be good because the shifter is a little bit tall. So I'm just going to put it on this and kind of see where it ends up. Okay, so that's in, I guess. As simple as it is, and I mean, it's got a little bit of give to it. That's good. Shifter in. Okay, step 2 on this requires a little bit of PC work. This is the PC that's going to run this thing, at least initially. This honestly, this PC is honestly not enough for the monitor that I'm running. Like that monitor over there is a 1440p ultra wide monitor, which is too much for this graphics card. This is a GTX 780 with an i7 4770K. If you remember in the last video of this series, I attempted to just run this PC normally. It literally just like I wanted to update the graphics drivers and it was overheating. This is a very old liquid cooler that I bought used. Again, maybe that was a mistake, probably was a mistake. It doesn't work anymore, so I'm gonna have to take it out. What we're gonna have to do, I just bought some stuff online as well, some thermal paste. So we'll repaste it, and I'm just gonna slap the stock Intel cooler on there because honestly, at this point, like, as long as the CPU is relatively cool, we're good. It'll probably throttle, it probably won't be optimal performance, but we'll run at the lowest settings just to get a high frame rate. And then in the end, this PC is going to, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's not the end-all be-all for this SimRig. It's just a temporary setup is what I'm trying to say. So let's take that cooler off and we'll see what's underneath. It's probably ugly. I haven't opened this thing in probably 10 years. It's been 10 years. I want to be careful because I do care about this system. This was my first ever like custom built PC, and I spent so long on it, but at the time I didn't really know that much about computers, and that's kind of why it's a weird configuration. Like the motherboard and the RAM are very much lacking compared to the CPU and graphics card because I didn't understand the importance of your motherboard and your RAM. I think that's a mistake a lot of builders make. I actually managed to get it, but I had to put pliers on the back of the PC in order to make it come out, so that's brilliant. Oh, please tell me you're not still spinning. What on this fine earth, man? Oh, there we go. Okay, we're good. Okay, so let's see what the thermal paste looks like in here after all these years. Hopefully I didn't damage anything throughout that entire process. Actually, the application wasn't terrible. Definitely a lot on the side that didn't need to be there, but on the actual CPU, it looks good. Okay, that is a CPU cooler, not entirely removed because I forgot a plug. Gone. I wouldn't say that this thing has treated me well. It's kind of been crap. Also, look at the dust in there. Holy smokes, man. I don't think I ever cleaned this PC out. Yeah, step one, at least on the PC, done. Okay, next on the list is very important. We need to get the monitor mount going, and yeah. Again, thank you to Pixio for sending this and the screen itself. The build is not paid for in any way by them. It's all me, but this stuff does help a lot, so I appreciate it. Check them out in the description. I'll have a link to all the stuff of theirs that I'm using. No commission. I'm not getting paid for this. Again, I'm just grateful that they're willing to respond to my emails more than anything. Da 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 da. It's cardboard! Oh no. Okay, there's the actual mount. Like I said, I actually did open it because I was like, oh, this is neat. This is interesting. What's hidden in here? And yeah, it's this. It's the premium mount for double monitors. It's for big boys like this one. This says it's for 49-inch possible. This thing, I believe, what is it? 34? It's been 3 months, man. I don't even remember. Links to the stats and stuff in the description. I'll have it all written down. Okay, well, it looks like this is going to be a genuine building project here. So pause for a moment. I'll be back. Okay, so with the monitor mount, obviously it's not in a good location at the moment. I might, well, okay, so it's fairly straightforward to do this. It's actually quite easy to make the thing. The hardware, especially the like ridiculously long bolt that it came with, this one, it's a bit overkill, but basically this is to go through the desk that you're trying to mount it to. So I didn't end up using that because I'm not super final on the location, but where it's sitting, I mean, it was very easy to put together. Essentially all that it is just a big arm on the monitor. The arm itself assembles very easily, and probably the hardest part was just putting the backing plate on the monitor. I do have one small grievance, and that just is that the backing plate and these little nubs didn't quite align, but I got it to work. And other than that, it's good. So basically what happens now is I try to position the monitor into the right place, basically. But with this disconnected from the screen, I mean, it still wiggles the monitor, but it's not too bad. Also, this is full extension, so hopefully with the mount turned to the side, it'll be better. I like how long this mount is. It also has these little bits for wires, so you can run your wires out underneath this, which I'll probably end up doing. I'm not like a neat freak by any means when it comes to this stuff, so as long as it works, I don't really care. Yeah, one of the interesting little details is it has a little mount on the back for the adjustment Allen keys, because you use Allen keys to adjust it. This is the first time I've had a mount like this. I don't know if this is standard or not, but just something to keep in mind. You gotta have a pretty beefy Allen key. Comes with it, but you gotta have this to adjust the monitor mount and stuff. So yeah, let's try and get it into the right position, and then maybe set some of this stuff back up. Are we done tearing down now? Can I build it back up again? Okay, through the magic of actually reading the directions, I managed to get it to be a lot more stable. And I haven't tightened everything down yet, but Just trying to see about the positioning of things. It's gotten to the point now where I can move it how I want it, and it'll actually stay there, so. I just have to adjust the actual like monitor connection. It's a little looser than I should have left it. Other than that though, yeah, that's way better, because now I can adjust it forwards, I can adjust it backwards, up, down, left, right, whatever. I would say that this is a bit of a strange addition. It's an unnecessary one if you're going for the real budget. Just keep your monitor's basic stand. But if you want something a little bit fancy, definitely check out the Pixio mount. It's working well so far. It's just a whole new thing for me. I've never had something that fancy before. That being said, flops off, things are getting serious. I'm in the driver's seat, boys. It feels better than it did. Shift. Shift. It's gonna be me soon. It's been a few days, but I got something. Yeah, boy. That's some Corsair stuff. Okay, I didn't actually, not sponsored by them or anything like that, but I got some thermal paste, so we can actually repaste the CPU cooler and make this whole thing work. Let's do it. Okay, so I just kind of slapped her in there. I am pretty sure I got it in correctly, but we will find out. I absolutely love computers and like computer things, but they can also be a righteous pain in the butt sometimes, and especially if you don't build them well, that's almost a guarantee. So my advice for aspiring PC builders out there, take your time, build it right, and then maybe you won't regret it. That sounds so ominous, but man, it is so painful when you build something and it doesn't work. It hurts. I have a lot of experience in that regard. PC in. Oh, magic. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. I have not plugged in the shifter yet. Is there anything else that I'm missing here? What in the world? It is hard to describe the feelings that I'm feeling when I'm looking at this, because it has been a while in the making to get this to work, but everything's good. The PC is staying cool. It's actually functioning, and beamngdrive works. Let me show you what it looks like on the new and improved SimRig 2.0 or maybe 1.5. I haven't decided yet, because honestly, it's kind of somewhere, oh jeez, in between of like, this is a step forward obviously, but it's not like a huge leap forward or anything. We have some new upgrades, and the fact that it actually works is probably the most important aspect. But let's drive first. You've been waiting for this for a long time. Let's drive. All right, so this is beamng on the lowest settings. I have it like this because I want to run a consistent 60 FPS. It could probably do a little bit higher on the grid map, but I realized something, and this was a really good call on my part without even thinking about it. I'm running this at 1440p, so the load is all on the graphics card, not so much on the CPU, which is good because the CPU is the weak point with that stock cooler on it, and it's the graphics card that's having to pump out the juice for this. But yeah, let's get into it. So changing the view is the same as it always is. Clutch in first. And I almost stalled it, but I could actually drive in the SimRig for the first time, and the shifter works flawlessly. So, I mean, oh man, traction control is getting me down here. Let's go into fourth. Yeah, I know I'm doing 190 something kilometers an hour, but it was an absolute battle to get this thing to work, and it was almost exclusively on the PC's end. Oh yeah, what you're hearing right now is the speaker from the Pixio, by the way, so it's amazing. To be honest, it's not an amazing speaker, but it doesn't have to be, because I don't think anybody's gonna actually use it. Oh, that's first. That's second. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I forgot how to drive manual. No, actually, okay, let me talk about the good stuff first. So getting into this, when I did, last night I had my daughter on my lap, we were just messing around, and I was like, yes, I finally got it to work. Basically I had to get drivers for a Windows 7 version of this wheel, which is like ancient, and I had to go on a really sketchy website, and like, you know how you gotta click through all the crappy like download links that aren't actually download links. Also, are we topping out at 225? I thought this thing had more in it, but apparently no. Yeah, apparently not. We don't have any more. Fifth? Is there sixth? There's a six. 6 speeds, but we can still only do 200 and whatever. It's disappointing. This thing is supposed to have a 5.7 liter V8. I expected a little bit more torque than this, but anyways. Yeah, so I had to get on a sketchy website and get drivers for this. But in order to get this whole PC to work, it has been an absolute battle because I had filled up the hard drive on this PC before I put it away for some reason. Like, I basically transferred from this PC to my new PC, or new in 2019, because I haven't used this thing since 2019. But the hard drive was full, so I had to go in and delete a whole bunch of stuff, and then it was gradually getting quicker and quicker and quicker. And now, after deleting a whole bunch of random games, including Apex Legends for some reason. Okay, this one is slightly different, just a little bit better, just a little bit more power. Hopefully that'll be better. First, I have the gas up, and I was off the clutch probably a little bit too quick. Oh yeah, no, that feels good. That feels real good. Yeah, no, I'm honestly just really enjoying driving cars in this game. It's a very different experience when you have the whole thing set up like this. With the wheel with force feedback, with a shifter, although the thing was falling off yesterday, so I had to tighten it down a little bit, with a wide screen, and then I'm sitting in an actual car seat, which is a totally different story. It makes it a lot more visceral, I think. It's very cool. I don't know. I'm really enjoying this sim rig as much as I still am capped at 225. But yeah, basically what I had to do was clear off this computer and then install this game, which took 2 days because the network thing in this PC is extremely slow. And then I was able to finally get the game to work, but then the drivers weren't working, so I had to get drivers. It has been a process, but I'm very happy to be here, and yeah, it's very, very fun to see it in action. So at this point, we may as well just drive around a little bit. I guess we can check out a different map, although they're gonna look real bad on the lowest possible settings. The automation test track doesn't have much on it, so maybe this will be a good choice for me. So I guess the big question is, if this is stage 1.5 in the actual like functional version of this thing, what's next? Like, what can I do to make this thing even better? I know it's pretty cheap so far. I think I paid about 50 bucks for the shifter. I bought the wheel on sale. I believe it was $300. The computer itself these days is really cheap, and oh wow. Okay, I was gonna say there better be a few more graphics than that. The computer itself is very cheap these days, and you can get a lot better for like 200 bucks even. Like, this thing is very low powered, and the only reason I'm using it is because I have it. The wood in this is like $10 worth of wood. The stand and the monitor, obviously I was given those for free, but you're looking at probably 500 bucks for both of those, I think. But again, you don't have to get a big screen like this. You can cheap out on that. And if you already have the wheel and you have the shifter and the PC and all that, it's 10 bucks worth of wood and screws, and then an afternoon to build it, and you've got yourself a heavy but functional sim rig. Although the seat, again, you probably want to use a real car seat. I bought 2 of them for 200 bucks. That's 100 bucks a seat, but you don't have to get Mazdaspeed like I did. You can get something else, something cheaper, ideally, or maybe the junkyard even. All right, we're taking the, well, what is this thing? Evo 2 out for a bit of a drive. The 190E Evo 2 specifically. Also, this thing holds neutral for you by itself, so it's clutch dump. Oh my goodness. Actually, you know what? It seems kind of... The graphics on low on the automation test track actually don't look as bad as I thought they would. It's a little bit better, in fact, because it almost makes this look like I'm playing an arcade. 4th gear, hammering. Oh, geez. Oh no, that noise was the clutch. Second. Power my way out of it. Power out. No, I absolutely suck. I probably could have just gone in first, or actually second there instead of third. Yeah, no, I definitely have a lot of practice to do and a lot of learning to do, but I'm very, very pleased by this. And it's just so cool that it's working and functional. I know I'm just playing beamng and I have a whole library full of sim games to play, including iRacing. I went into fourth instead of sixth. Oh my goodness. Oh, sweet Moses. Okay, let's slow down here. That's fifth. I think we got to get a bit slower. Yeah. Second. That was a money shift there. That was a turbo money shift. There's something I got to do though to make this a little bit better. The more that I play on it, the more I realize that my sim rig is not as stiff as it really should be. That's second gear, by the way. Oh, whoa. Let's go first. I'm the guy that you don't want in front of you in iRacing. Oh my goodness. Oh, by the way, this is with full realistic settings in beamng. No assists, nothing like that. I'm trying to mimic second gear again. I'm trying to mimic real life driving as much as I possibly can, even though I am absolutely money shifting from fourth to second all the darn time here. I love the sound that this makes. The feedback is visceral. I know some people like VR headsets. I don't know. I haven't really tried one, at least not a good one, to be able to tell you if that's better or not. But having the wide, like super wide, ultra wide screen definitely makes a big difference for me. Third gear. Let's see if I can take the track a little bit cleaner this time. Man, it is like, oh man, I don't even know what to say. I'm going to be down here for a while just doing laps. My wife is going to be like, where the heck are you? I'm downstairs lapping the Nürburgring. That's what's going to happen. Third. Oh, brakes. Let's go second. Yeah, no, I gotta get better on brakes. I gotta get better in a lot of aspects, let's be real honest. But I'm enjoying myself, and I think that's the main thing. It doesn't matter if I'm good or not now, because the whole point of this was to build it to practice and to learn. And I think I've learned quite a bit over the course of the last 2 videos so far, and all the shorts that I've done on this thing. I don't know, if there's a big takeaway, it's just that, I feel good about finishing a project, I guess. That's third. Oh, jeez. I meant to go into fifth. Never buy a used manual transmission car from me, because, there's going to be a couple money shifts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a video on my... Let's go second. I'm going to post a video on my second channel, just like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes of me just running around a track. So if you want to see some full gameplay... Oh, that sucked. Rip my Mercedes. Oh my goodness, man. I've been having a blast with this car, though. This thing is a lot of fun on the track. But if you want to see a longer gameplay of me just running around the track, then that's the place to do it. Yes! Alright, you know what, we got to do it. Money shift, no clutch, straight into first. There she goes. How to kill your car 101. So what's the takeaway in all this? Well, hopefully you've enjoyed this series. I'm not done, but what else can I do to make this thing better? I think maybe making it a little more stiff would be good. It is a little bit wiggly, which is not ideal. Obviously in this corner, it's not gonna stay here. I need to move it over to my new room and also change the PC to my new PC so we can play on max settings and enjoy 1440p, 60 FPS, but also graphics instead of just like super low spec like I'm running right now. I need a permanent place to put the keyboard because right now just leaning it on a Pixio box, probably not for the best. And my mouse is also just dangling right here, which is hilarious, but also kind of bad. Yeah, I don't know. The way that it's constructed is good. Pedals and all that are good. I think it's just a little bit shaky. I'd love to stiffen it up a little bit. Maybe stiffen up the shifter. I need to bolt the shifter down. But in terms of accessories, I really don't know what else I need. And if you have any ideas, then comment below. Tell me what I need. Tell me what I should do next. If you've enjoyed this video, then be sure to like it and subscribe for more stuff like this in the future. And I have a Patreon. That's how this stuff is possible. And my join button members, so thank you to them. Join those things in the description. Thank you again to Pixio for supporting me, sending me the screen and the stand. I appreciate it a lot. Review on the screen is really nice. It works well. It does what it needs to do. It's not a super fancy screen, but the price reflects that, and I'm very, very pleased with it. So big thank you to Pixio for that. You'll be seeing more of them, and you'll be seeing more of this stuff too. Yeah, I'm very pleased with all this, and hopefully you are too. But until then, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. More videos to come, maybe automation next week, maybe a little bit of a trip on the sim rig as well in that video, because now that it's functional, I can probably transfer a car to this PC, maybe? I'll have to get a USB going and do that. But yeah, boys, it's been a good run. I'm very excited about all this, and hopefully you are too. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time.